Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone Podcast, where we discuss all things crypto markets. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, meme coins, and of course, NFTs. Today, I'm struggling with my mic because I just moved a bunch of stuff and I knocked it over, I guess, while I was moving. All right, there we go. Now we're all set. Today, we're going to discuss the continued market dump. We're going to talk about the Monad token sale and how soon we will see a crypto rebound. If you're listening on the spaces, give us a like, give us a retweet, give us a follow, give us a bookmark, all that stuff. Let us know what you want us to talk about today. If you're listening on YouTube, give us a comment. Let us know what you're thinking. How you feeling? Good, bad, in trouble? If you're listening on Zora, give us some comments. Maybe we'll check out some more Zora profiles today. We looked at some Zora profiles last week. I'm joined here today by Kix. Kix, I haven't seen you in a little bit. You were on Friday. I missed you last Wednesday. Or I missed you on Friday because I wasn't here. You're on last Wednesday. How you feeling? How was your weekend?
Great week, man. Had an awesome weekend. Feel recharged, ready to get after it. This week saw Nick's viral video, which was absolute legendary. Just a Chad, just an absolute Chad. So that made me chuckle. Didn't do too well in fantasy this week, but there's always next week. I'm trying to squeak into the playoffs in a couple of leagues. We'll see how that goes. Crypto price action playing out kind of like what I think. I'm excited to talk more about that. Yeah, let's get after it.
I love it. I'm going to bring up Nick's video just because this is worthwhile. If you haven't seen this one yet, this one was absolutely hilarious. So context here, Bill Ackman tweeted out that he found that young men found it difficult to meet women in public. And he said, you should use the opener, "May I meet you," to do so. And he had a lot of success doing it. So here is Nick attempting that over the weekend in New York.
Hi, excuse me. May I meet you? What? May I meet you? Later. Bill Ackman suggested that we have a crisis of men unwilling to approach women and just suggested that I say, "May I meet you?" Okay, we'll meet later.
So for anyone just listening on audio, this is Nick approaching a girl dancing in public in New York.
That advice.
We pretty much ignored him the entire time.
And you have to watch the video because his facial reactions, his timing, it's absolutely impeccable. He's a legend. Also, I'm not a woman. Shocker, I know. But if I was a woman and someone came up to me and said, "May I meet you?" I'd be like 40% chance this person's going to date rape me on our first time hanging out. I think the general thing he was saying was great, but the "May I meet you," like that is like the most. Yeah, I wouldn't even say it, but that's funny.
I think Bill Ackman's results may be skewed as he's like a fairly good-looking, tall VC investor. You can pretty much say whatever you want at that point. And you're just like,
no, that is true. That is true. It's like that meme when, like two guys say the same thing, but like at a workplace, and like the secretary is like, "Oh, that's so sweet." And the next one she's like, "Call HR." Like this guy's creeping on me.
I'm 100% stealing that and posting that after the show, just with "May I meet you" as a text for both of them.
Oh, you should.
Oh man, we've got a ton going on. Why don't we do a little weather report action here?
Sure.
And then we'll just jump into these stories because we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, man. I'm really excited. I haven't done a Monday show in a hot minute. So you're gonna catch me at my literal best. Ladies and gentlemen, today is looking at the wrong weather report. Fuck!
At his absolute best.
Can you send me the private chat? Can you send me? I don't have the one.
Oh, we've now seen.
It's okay. It's okay. Little Monday shakes, man. It's all about confidence in life. Ladies and gentlemen, today is Monday, November 17th. The majors are down on the weekend with Bitcoin below 94K, Ethereum at 3,100, and Solana at 138. Hype just under $38 as well. Bitcoin dropped below 94K and made its first death cross 10th April of this year. This marks a local bottom of 74K. Before it ran to all-time highs over the next 4 months. Wouldn't mind if that happened again. Next up, Monad's public sale went live on Coinbase this morning and will run to Saturday evening. The sale has a $2.5 billion FDV price with a minimum bid of $100 and a maximum bid of $100K. It's ICO season. Monad is currently trading at 4.6 billion FDV on the pre-markets. Finally, Strategy made their largest Bitcoin buy in months, purchasing 8,178 Bitcoin at an average price. If you guess it, do you think it's below or above the current trading? You're right, it is above. They got that for 102K a pop. This marks their largest buy since July 29th. So that's pretty significant. He may be saving the Titanic instead of rafting away. That's it for the weather report. Back to you in the studio.
Excellent weather report as always, Kicks. You were talking about the lack of buys coming out of MicroStrategies being one of the main causes for concern leading into this kind of like market pullback. Does this give you a little bit of faith here?
See, it's a little tricky. Little tricky. Them buying is good, especially I think in the short to medium term. Them buying this much when their MNAV is so compressed. Once again, I don't own MSTR, so I think them buying this much when their MNAV is compressed and him completely breaking the rules is maybe not great for MSTR, but it is great for Bitcoin. So I'll take it. I'll take it as a big win.
Well, the rules aren't against buying necessarily. It's about offering. It's like offering more shares, right? To raise capital.
You may be right. I thought there was something above. If the MNAV is above 2, you're right. Maybe they would accumulate more capital to buy Bitcoin. You're right. So if they have reserves or whatever, I don't know how they acquired this. Right? They may have done an offering or who knows. But yes, you are right on the technicality there.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe it's money they've had waiting. Ideally, that's the case.
Yeah.
Like Nick says, it's not ideal if they had to do another raise, if they're raising at the market.
But hey, I like that they took a little breather, let the price at least come down from 125K where they were averaging their buys for the last, however many months, or the high hundreds.
Yeah.
At least they acquired more at like 15-20% off their average for most of this year. So
I mean, if you look at this, it's kind of responsible. Like their buying has kind of been like fairly responsible this year. Like they were buying in the 90s. They were buying a little bit at the peak, over 100K in January, but then they're buying all the way down in the 80s. They're making big buys in the 80s, big buys in the 90s, a bunch of buys in the hundreds. They had like this blow off top at the end of July. It was their last big buy. Maybe that's why they bought 21,000 Bitcoin at 117K. And maybe they said,
so maybe they're like, okay, let's cool off a little bit, guys. Let's take a little chill pill here, because our Bitcoin NAV is going up. What's interesting, if you scroll up, you can see that they brought their average down. See, they're on the far right, their BTC NAV. So I think that's like their average cost per Bitcoin. They brought that down by almost 10 grand from 70.1 to 61. So that's also good, right? Because that's going to kind of keep pressure off there. But either way, it's good to see, because I think this is one of the biggest reasons why Bitcoin stalled out for a while, is that we just didn't have this positive price action pressure from MSTR, and we're getting that back. So that's nice. And I think the timing of this buy, even though they got in 102K, I think the timing of this buy is very interesting as well. I did some TA late last week, and basically what I walked away from is that the monthly on Bitcoin looks very ugly, but the weekly looks incredibly overextended to the downside. Even this week opening, I think this open, what we're seeing today on Monday, I think is the absolute bottom that we'll see this week.
Interesting.
I think it's way more. I think we'll close this week above 97 grand. I did some TA, and basically this bearish MACD arc you see down there. So basically how long it's been in the red, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is now, this week opening up in the red. It's now the longest red arc we've ever been in Bitcoin. So
almost popped out of it here.
Yes, we almost popped out of it twice, and then it extended down even more. So it's been the longest red pullback that we've seen thus far, which leads me to believe that we are right around the bottom at 93, 94K. I'd say there's a low probability chance we get a scam wick down to 87K just to ping off of the moving average on the monthly. But I really think that the short-term bottom is in. Short to medium term, I'd say the next 60 to 90 days. I think that you can feel safe that Bitcoin is going to either chop here or maybe move up slightly. And I think that can spell good things for alts that have really, really sold off. And I think that if alts have a 60 to 90 day runway of Bitcoin chopping or chopping upwards, we'll see some good movement there. And I'm already seeing the signs of it. For example, I longed Aster at $1.10, or it may have been $1.08. And like, if you look at Aster right now, it's at 122, and it got above 126 this morning, right? So you're seeing alts basically outperforming Bitcoin even when it pulls back, right? So like, Bitcoin's chopping, it's working its way up. So it's already up like 15% here. Even with the sell-off this morning, it's still up 15% from where I bought, right? So I'm seeing the alts kind of following this motion as well. So I feel pretty good for the next 60, 90 days here.
I like the confidence. First, let me apologize for any audio issues. My internet still seems to be having issues. I've done different
That's fine, dude. No
cords. We're running directly into the router. I'm going to be on the phone today getting them in with a technician to figure out if it's something with the wiring on their side. Speed looks fine, but I'm getting like jitters every once in a while where like everything pauses. So I'm sure that's affecting stream quality, and I want to apologize to anybody that is
I don't apologize for anyone.
Second with Aster, did you see that they paused their unlocks? That's kind of part
great.
of it.
So 150 looks easy then.
Yeah. So I saw this post from Friday confirming the changes. The derivatives exchange Aster team has acknowledged that there has been modifications to the token economics recently.
Oh, I love this typo.
Well, it's translated.
Yeah, but look at the typo coming down.
Oh, yeah. The main reason is that Aster token data on Binance shows that multiple unlocks originally scheduled for 2025 have been canceled and have moved to the summer of 2026 or even later in 2035.
I think that's a typo there. Or even a little bit later, a decade from now. We'll do the unlock.
Well, the way CZ and Binance operates, I would not be surprised if that's intentionally put there, be it a typo or not. So
we've accumulated enough on the open market that we no longer need these unlocks. So we'll now push them back until 2035. But yeah, I think strong alts will do well during this period. So I'm feeling pretty good here. I wouldn't be shocked for us to even see over the next 60 to 90 days Bitcoin work its way back up to like 108. And then but still potentially have more chop after that. We'll see. But if you look, you see how far that is outside the Bollinger Bands.
Yeah, it's probably the first you've ever been, right?
Yeah, you see all the circles you drew. It's never stayed outside of that for more than one candle without it. Like you see right there where you had like a red green outside, but the green obviously pushed up and closed through it. Yeah. So you've never had like two candles close outside of the Bollinger Bands.
Yeah, I basically circled all the MACD curls, and like they were all essentially local bottoms. I mean, you did have an issue like 22 where you dropped further with FTX after a bottom.
Yep.
But we had a bottom here in August.
And even look what happened in FTX 2022, right? So first of all, you had kabooming alt season in NFTs during that stretch, right? And then you see Bitcoin attack the moving average again. So like Bitcoin was like sitting down there and like, the 30s, right there, sitting in like the 30s, and then shot back up to like the high 40s. before bleeding down again. And that is the best comparison to where we're at right now, because if you look at that same period on the monthly, that's where you got the first red cross as well. So if you're an investor, I think you can position yourself. Yeah, you can see that's where the first red cross came in. Like the first red bar right there, right? And then you got like 90 days of above the moving average. And if you see what we're seeing today, it's the same. It's pretty much the exact same setup. So I think if you're a trader, you have some opportunity over the next 60 to 90 days where you're going to have some good action. I think 60 to 90 days from now, we kind of have to see how everything's feeling. Could potentially get more downside from Bitcoin, or we just resume up only. And this is just a blip on the radar. But if you're a trader, I think the next 60 to 90 days, you can feel pretty good leaning long here. Especially also
like banging off the moving average and going up.
Yeah, exactly.
Then make decision point either up more or down.
Yeah,
more.
and if you in like 60 to 90 days from now is like, you know, you're getting into basically like February 2026. And that lines up with traditionally in the wintertime when everyone's sitting at home, alts do well in crypto, right? Wintertime's usually very good. Last year was very good. So I think that setup is promising.
Nice. Well, I like that. I think the setup is good. Manny's saying he wants to hop on the show, so we may have Manny hopping on too. Sending him the link over. Yeah, I mean, it feels good. I feel like people are gonna like really not enjoy the idea of like having to grind up back to 108 over the next 60 days. After we,
it all depends on your bag exposure, right? And your like time horizon. If your time horizon for Bitcoin's like 5 years, you really don't care, right? And I don't think anyone that's in Bitcoin is like in Bitcoin to like be like, yeah, let's get a 50% in 2 weeks, you know? So I think for those higher risk traders that they'll probably find those opportunities in alts.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And real quick, what do you want to talk about?
I just say well, you can do this. You can do yours first because mine might take a longer answer.
Cool. Just complete side note, my business partner Thiel, back-to-back banger weeks on Kalshi's mention markets, #1 on the leaderboard, made close to 10K last week, like 7K this week. He's up 17K in 2 weeks on mention markets. Just wanted to point out for those out there that, you know, if you are just a long only Bitcoin person, you can, and you don't like alts, you can go have fun in prediction markets. There's a lot of money to be had. It was on Kalshi, not.
Oh, gotcha. I was say, like, I didn't know they had the specific.
Yes, you can sort by category on Kalshi, and he's been back-to-back #1 on the leaderboards. What's up, Manny?
What's up, dudes? How are we doing, bro?
Good Monday so far.
Get some W's in the chat for your boy on Kalshi, dude.
I know, dude. It's wild. And I mean, here's the thing: he's been all about mention markets for a while and building his own models to analyze them. And he was bummed because during the election season of last year, Q4, right, there was a lot of mention markets, and then they kind of died off in like Q1 of this year, a little bit of Q2, and now they're coming back. So it's like, you know, it's like if you're an NFT trader and NFTs died, but then they like come back and you're like, wow, my skill, like I can use my skill again. So he's been thrilled the last couple of weeks. But yeah, there's a lot of money to be had just specializing in prediction markets.
You see this one here? Bill Ackman on his X Space today. We were talking about May I Meet You earlier. Where's May I Meet You on this list? Why?
That's the big problem is that Kalshi's beating Polymarket pretty hard in the mention market space because they've just invested in it. They hired someone specifically for mention markets. So like they have a dedicated person on their team that's like making sure these are like crafted and stuff like that. Like, for example, like Thiel hates the like 20+ times, 5+ time markets. Like he likes just pure play yes, no, because like the 20+ times just adds so much.
Yeah.
Weirdness.
And you're looking at word frequencies that you have to look up on transcripts, and you're like, bro, how do you even predict that?
Exactly. Versus if you're just trading singular words, you're more so trading like where you think the direction of the conversation is going to go, or the direction of the earnings call, or whatever you're trading on.
The one thing that you could do this is gonna sound pretty crazy, but this is like some like Prism, like what's the other one that is really tracking software?
Palantir,
That there's another one.
Like
I
what Bill
forgot
said,
what it's called.
OnlyFans.
Pegasus. That's what you just figure out their lat long and then just start running ads against them to pre-program them to say the words.
That's actually funny.
You just set the little ad radius to right on top of their house. So then whatever they're on, you just start yamming.
And Manny, that stuff is like underappreciated. Like I went to look at my fantasy and my brother was whooping my ass. And I didn't even like consciously look at his team name, but he's a troll in fantasy. So he changed his name to remind you of what I really am. And it's a Nickelback picture. And so I didn't even look at that, but right, I just looked at my score and I'm getting whooped. And then I start singing like, and it's not like you in a story. And I'm like, why am I singing this? And I'm like, oh my God, because it was his team name, right? And so that's 100% spot on. Like you could, like, what's Bill Ackman's like route to work today? You just buy billboards, and you're just like putting words on it, like all colored, so subconsciously.
100%, dude. Yeah, that's the thing that I use because I'm in sales. So I just like do a full dossier on people, and then I create a word cloud where I pull in all the stuff that they've ever said off of like YouTube, podcasts, what they write, and then their LinkedIn posts, and then I can like scrape social media and stuff.
And you just like match their vernacular. They're like, man, I love
exactly that. Yeah, just straight up mirroring. But you can use that on these prediction markets to figure out what they might say with a pretty high degree of certainty.
So that's pretty wild. I think we went down the rabbit hole a ton here.
Yeah, what were you going to say? Do you remember?
What'd you say?
I said, what were you going to say? Do you even remember? Remember, I cut you off to go down this rabbit hole, and you're like, don't worry, mine's a little bit longer. And then we go for 7.
Yeah, there's no chance. I was just talking. Yeah, I mean, I think you basically covered it. It was the last time we had a death cross. It was on the daily. It was in April, and that's a local bottom.
Yeah.
So we essentially covered that with the MACD and looking at the crosses as well on the MACD. So I think that makes a ton of sense there.
I pulled up my chart, Ray.
Yep,
I'm just going to share this thing here. So this was the last pull that we had, and we hit it like pretty spot on. And whenever you see these things on this indicator, the green, great time to buy. Last time it was green, great time to buy. And you just draw some mean line from the bottom to the top. And then you go here, and that puts us right in like 130, 140 territory on this pull. So whenever it decides to turn around, I mean, even if you go back here, look at that. All this time that you had to accumulate here, and you had this missile up to the top. So that's definitely what I'm looking at, is like accumulating here up until like February, and then they have to pump it into the midterms, right? Just because if not, they're going to lose the house. So they're going to full send everything. And then what else did I do? I put together like a Zoomer housing fund, which is just all this stuff like DHI, all the home builders, just because I think that they're like one of the largest home builders in the US. And yeah, so I just started pulling all of that stuff together. I'll drop a Substack and I'll send it to you with like the allocation and everything. I know Pio's been super bullish on open. That's been super interesting. I'm holding that. I'm just kind of waiting there. But yeah, the whole portable mortgage thing is going to be super interesting when that happens.
Yeah, I'm very curious how open is going to end up looking, because I think that is the way of the future. I think things trend towards like a more decentralized peer-to-peer, less involved with like the back and forth for the real estate agent. It just makes a ton of sense to me.
Yeah, like how people like to sell their cars to Carfax, or not Carfax, no, but that's the old one, CarMax. Like people that don't want to like haggle, like they just want like a clean process. Like, cool, you're gonna give me a fair price for my house. Awesome, cool. Like I don't have to pay a real estate agent to go do all of that, and same on the other side. So same as Lemonade. Lemonade's an AI healthcare company. So there's nice intersections here for sure with open.
So you have Cipher pulled up right now, Manny. What do you think about this one?
I think it's pretty solid. They're probably going to announce a Google deal, Microsoft deal, some kind of other deal, because they announced like a pretty big deal with Amazon on the last earnings call, but they still have this other site called Black Pearl that's coming out, and I think that might be a Google one. I think the most interesting thing there was Satya, the CEO of Microsoft, was like, I'm sitting on chips. I just don't have like the thing to deploy them fast enough. So
the
now
data centers.
yeah, so now they're outsourcing all of those to all of these partners to build them out, just because the demand for compute's still so high. I was thinking though that could be the end of the next bubble, is if the chip jumps are too big, like then it'll invalidate, because right now they're writing off everything on 7 years or whatever on all of the like the TPUs that Google has, because they're at like 100% efficiency or whatever. But if they just are like 100 times better, then the power demand on the old TPUs isn't worth it anymore. And because power is like the only constraint, like that could be the thing that brings all of these things down, is if the chips get too good, too fast, then that could be a problem. And I think that might be like the next like '08 type of thing, but that's not a problem until 27, so I'm not worrying about it now.
Yeah, I saw something interesting on the timeline over the weekend, basically saying that another interesting thing along that point is the fact that China is getting really good at creating open source models that are like 98% cheaper than OpenAI calls, for example, right? And their reasoning is a little bit worse, but basically if you're paying, 1/50th the cost, you can do a lot more to make up that gap. Point being is that like the AI has to advance with these chips advancing as well, right? Like to afford the cost of these new chips costing more and more and more. Eventually you can just get to a point where it's like everything I want to do, I already can do on this old chip. You know what I mean? And I don't need all the new tech, but I'm not smart enough to understand all that shit.
They did drop 5.1, so that came out. That adds like extra personality types to the prompts, and then it gets you more in-depth research on the stuff. Like that was a bigger complaint with GPT-5, was like it was just kind of like not the best, pretty robotic, didn't have good tones for like drafting emails or anything. So they fixed that. And then Gemini 3.0 is like the new one. They did like a shadow release to the 2.5 people. And people are saying that model is going to be like some seismic leap on that. So it's going to be, yeah. So that's going to be pretty cool. And then Grok 6 is going to have like 6 something billion, trillion, I don't remember, parameters on it. But that one is going to be insane when that drops too. So all of those are pretty good.
I like the personality type where you could just be like, you're Scheider Sanders on 3rd and 10. You need to get this touchdown or get shut down. Here's your prompt.
Yeah, sorry, Cakes, I couldn't hear you that
Your
well.
mic's cutting out. Maybe tilt it up, or is it?
It was a really bad joke.
Yeah. Dude, there was Skynet, dude. They were coming to get you, bro.
Oh, I'm not worried. I got really strong anti-drone warfare and EMP devices here that can't get me. Dude,
who are these jackwagons in the comments, dude? Good God.
Hold on, I have it full screened right now. You're saying these Skynet people?
Yeah, they're talking about some NFT I talked about. Yeah, dude, they're NFTs. What you expect? And then questioned you at $10 on open. Yeah, dude. But like I said, being rich is a choice. Pick one. Like, do you want to be or not? Like, sorry, it didn't go up as fast as you thought. My bad.
Commenters coming out for Manny from last time he was on the show. He had some bullish targets.
They're still the same.
Bullish Bitcoin about to get above 95K again. I'm telling you, Monday opened the bottom. I just can't long Bitcoin. You go on like Hyperliquid and it's like, okay, how much leverage do I need on Bitcoin for it to even generate a decent return? It's like, cool, I need to do a 50x fucking long, because this thing goes up 4%.
Dude,
I actually want to make some money.
Dude, it scam wicks you down and you sneeze and then you get liquidated, dude.
Exactly. So
like, not worth.
I'm just like, I'll long the longs that will go do well off of Bitcoin bottoming here.
Well, when you guys are doing all this up the risk curve stuff, I'm going to go down the risk curve and share a win we had in BoDoggos over the last 24 hours with the Bill Ackman, the "May I Meet You" meme coin. Did you see this one last night, Kicks, in BoDoggos Discord? 200K to a mil.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, 200K to a mil. We cooked on this one, sitting at 800K now. Absolute winner. Clemente Easy shared in the Discord last night.
Proud of you.
It's a big winner over here on Rhythm. Meme coin still alive. Just wanted to give a shout out to the BoDoggos Discord. You can get in there and get the alpha if you own a BoDoggo. So go buy a BoDoggo today. In addition, if you're a whale, you get Easy's whales chat, which is very nice for perp setups and prediction market plays. Moving on, though, I want to talk about Monad sale because I want to.
Oh, I have to buy that.
We have some time, so I believe it's pronounced Monad. I just can't help but call it Monad. So apologies because I've been calling it that for months without actually hearing it properly pronounced. Public sale started this morning at 9 a.m. Open through Saturday. Token price 2.5 cents a token. Right now on pre-market, it is trading at 4.7 cents. So a little bit of an arbitrage scenario here. This is the first launch on Coinbase's token launchpad. I have the launchpad up now. I don't really use Coinbase, but I have an account.
I got some money on there. I got some stable coins on there I may throw into this.
Yeah, I've got like $500 on Coinbase. So it's like hilarious when I get all these like scam attempts. Somebody like emailed or called my wife saying someone tried to log into my Coinbase over the weekend. Like, where are they going to take $500?
Got him.
Yeah. Dude, I love those guys. Some of those guys are really legit too. I like to fuck with them for a little bit, like stringing along for 10 minutes. I'm like, yeah, go suck my dick, dude. Yeah. So you have to request an allocation. So you're not necessarily going to get as much as you want. So maybe I request like 25 grand and hope I get 10 grand.
Yeah, dude. And it's the first launch on the Coinbase launchpad. So, they're going to scam send it, dude. Like,
yeah. And it's what 30-day, like not 30-day lockup, but you just don't want to sell for 30 days. So you don't get dinged, right?
Yeah. That's like their IPO thing. But yeah, dude, I threw in a quick little Thowski. I don't know. We'll see what it hits.
I like
Probably get $10.
Yeah. Also, I'll track it to see like how much has been put in so far. I think it's like 47 million so far out of 180 million worth of allocation. I expect that to go up heavily. We're only 40 minutes in.
Do we know when it's going to launch? If it launches in the next 60 to 90 days, according to my TA, it'd be a really good time to launch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sooner. The 24th is when the chain goes live. So we're a week away from chain live. So the sale will end and they'll be launched. They'll be distributed, like it says, shortly after sale closure.
Awesome. Yeah. They just need to make sure that they say things like privacy, ZK snarks, shielding. Even if it's not true, just say those things.
Did you see that new Chinese surveillance tech that came out or whatever?
No.
It's like basically Skynet, or what was that TV show on CBS with some guy named Red Reddington?
I'm not sure. I don't watch CBS.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Like Jericho? Or that's not Skynet.
No, it's like, I don't know, some like government. It's like the Snowden NSA thing.
Oh, okay.
Like giga ramped, like with all this other metadata or whatever, and then they implement like a social credit score or whatever. It was basically a Zcash ad. Like when I saw that, I was like, yeah, this is a Zcash ad. Like anything that I saw, I was like, this is insane.
Yeah, dude. They can fucking pry my seed phrase from my cold, dead hands. That's what I gotta say.
Dude, too late. I already forgot it. Good luck.
Yeah. Ain't get me.
It looks like once you allocate kicks, you have to buy that amount. So like you're locking up 25K potentially.
Yeah, so I'm gonna wait for what you said. Like just wait until like Wednesday and see how much it's been. Because obviously, if you can do a little math and be like, if it's 2x oversubscribed, I'll probably get half.
Right.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I don't know if the timing will matter. I don't know if they're that smart.
No, I just mean more so like if I see how much that they've got committed relative to how much they're going to sell. I don't even know what Monad does. It's an L1, right?
It's the guy from Jump.
Okay, cool. I like Jump. They saved crypto back in the day. So I'll throw a little money at him. I'll throw a little bit on Black.
Sorry, my internet again.
Why not? Why not put 10K on Pass the Line?
Why not? I'm still gonna call it Monad. I don't care what it's called. I like calling it Monad.
Yeah, it's actually like if you mispronounce something and someone tries to correct you, it's more Chad not to adjust and
just lean in, double down,
alpha.
Just lean in and double down, dude.
Yeah. Like if you've been hanging out with a friend for like 3-4 months, golf with him every week, and he's like, you're like, "What's up, Brad?" And he's like, "My name's Brett." You're like, "It's too late now, bud."
Yeah, sorry,
Brad. I wouldn't try to do any trickery like with shorting.
Absolutely not.
Perps going into this or like hedging or any of that shit.
No thanks, dude. I don't
If
want
anything, go long and just know that shorts will get blown out.
I think the play is just buy this, whatever you're comfortable with, taking a 50% loss maybe at worst. And then you're like in the Coinbase ecosystem for future launches and you just hold it. You make sure you're holding it.
Yeah, you know what's interesting?
Don't
Just made me realize, Ray, is like, why should I even do? I mean, maybe there's a benefit to like doing the first Coinbase ICO and like you get like kind of like an OG account status, right? And you get like better allocation in the future ones.
Right.
But like if none of that mattered, it's like, why would I like throw 25 grand in there and not be sure what kind of allocation I'm going to get when I could just go to Hyperliquid and just long it? Oh, but I can't get the price that I would get.
The price. Yeah, you're getting it at half price. Yes.
Buy my soybeans.
Oh, super tricky pork belly. Oh.
Oh man, yeah. So that is happening today. I think I might put a couple $1,000s in. I think it's the
Dude,
plan.
you're looking good. You're feeling good. You're in your new house. I call it a win-win. You make it 3x. You tell the wife. You lose it all. You don't tell her. It never existed.
Yeah, we just cut the portfolio 25% 2 weeks ago because we were feeling a little bit of pain. So now we have the cash burning a hole in the pocket that we need to deploy somewhere, and this feels like a good place, if any.
Yeah, if they get the TGE out quick, I think it's a good time to TGE the next 60, 90 days. So
I mean, they go live on the 24th. That's when the chain goes live.
Yeah, you keep saying that, dude.
Yeah, that's when it's live. So 23rd, I think that you get them on Saturday, you get them on Sunday, you get your tokens.
So you basically just sell them on Christmas Eve, right after the 30-day lockdown.
Yep.
Optional lockdown.
Yep. For
a little Santa Claus rally. Sell it right into the pump, dude, and just cope as you're eating pumpkin pie and ham.
And the issue is that you've had Monad live for 30 days, and if it's not what it's cracked up to be, you could see a drop off. But that's the risk you take. We've got some key events this week. I don't know if many of these are important, but I'll bring them up so we have a good look at the outlook in terms of macro. I think the biggest one here is Nvidia earnings on Wednesday. That could have the biggest kind of impact on the crypto and macro markets.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one to watch. We are going to have some jobs data coming out midweek, September's jobs on Thursday. And then we're going to have PMI, manufacturing PMI and services PMI on Friday. So busy week on the macro. We'll be paying a good amount of attention to September jobs. I guess we're never going to see October jobs, right? Isn't that what they said?
No, that's gone, dude.
No longer exist.
Fairy dust, dude. Speaking of fairy dust,
it's wild. I mean,
go ahead.
Here's the thing. I think you can probably get just use ADP payroll data. It's not like it's not like you're fucking flying in space and like your only nav system went down. There's other things you can look at. I don't know. Go to the local bar of a local town and see, are people depressed or generally happy?
I use Chipotle as a key indicator on just tracking, how full is the Chipotle? Is the line long? Just going during peak hours, around dinner or lunch?
I'll tell you what, I went to Chick-fil-A last Saturday morning. It was looking a little quiet.
Interesting.
I went to Chick-fil-A on Saturday morning too, Kicks. What'd you get?
What don't I get for breakfast? I mean, basically, since I have kids, I have to strategically order knowing they're going to eat half of what I order them, and I'm going to eat the other half. So I get 2 bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits, sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit. I usually end up being able to eat a 1.5. So I get a little sausage, a little bacon.
Nice.
So with a toddler, I get to order mine, and then I know I'm going to get half of hers too because she's not going to finish it.
Nice.
Exactly. Yeah, you said exactly what I said. I love it. We're the same. We're same. Also, yesterday I made a half a pack of tater tots and ate the whole thing myself. Actually, no, I take that back. I gave 3 to one of my kids, and then I took 3, walked over to my neighbor guy friends, and just opened my hand. I said, "Does anyone want a tater tot?" And like the 2 guys took it, and then like the guy's wife was there, and I like pushed it towards her. She's like, "No, thanks, I'm good." I'm like, "That's fine. I wanted it," and I just ate it.
You should have put it in your pocket, dude. Your cargo short pocket, dude. Got it in my tots.
Exactly, dude.
They're
They're
good. They're good at Chick-fil-A.
Dude, those wheel hash browns that they have, they're so good, bro.
I mean, yeah, it's just potatoes. Potatoes aren't that bad for you.
Yeah, I got a spicy chicken biscuit waiting for me downstairs, dude. So that was the delay on me being a little late. But Peter Thiel allegedly sold all his Nvidia stuff, and so did SoftBank.
And 75% of his Tesla shares.
Yeah, I heard about. I don't know if that's true because
Yeah, I don't know if that's true either. That would be. I don't know if that doesn't sound like something he would do.
Yeah, that's why I'm having a tough time believing it. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But
I mean, he did mention that he already said something like bearish neutral about Bitcoin. Basically, he was saying that like the most of the price appreciation that you would expect has been in.
Yeah,
and I could see him making that same argument with Nvidia. And one of the things that I think about, because I didn't graduate. I dropped out of college. I dropped out of college in 2010. And that was like the most amazing time. Like everyone's worried now. They're like job losses. It's so hard for like a young person coming out of college, right? But like 2010 was a sort of similar setup. What you had was the 2008 great financial collapse, right? But then you have this internet layer that creates this boom of opportunity in startups, right? So I did a SEO startup, and then after that, I basically for 8 to 10 years I was in e-commerce marketing. Point being is that it created this whole new sector of jobs and opportunity in startups, right? And I see the same thing happening with the AI boom, right? We're like we've had this big infra layer build out, and now we're going to see like the app layer start to explode. And it's the same kind of setup where it's like we had a little bit of economic turbulence. There's all this job uncertainty. So like if I was a Peter Thiel, right, the reason why I'd be selling Nvidia right now and like selling Bitcoin, because I'd want a shit ton of cash and be like, there's going to be startups left and right popping up that I just want to be throwing allocation in. I'm going to catch the next Facebook. I'm going to catch the next Shopify, right? So I'm excited for the future. And I think even the young people that don't have jobs right now, AI is going to create a shit ton of opportunity. Yeah, you just have to be a little patient. So anyways, full circle. That may be why he's selling.
Yeah,
like,
I think that makes sense. And he's like really smart and also a billionaire. And he has his own like fund or whatever with the founders fund. So he's just like, there's way better multiples that I can get in all of that. So that totally tracks. Yeah.
I'm like, look at like Cursor in 3 years went from like a seed round for, I don't know, 10 million, pre-seed for 10 million. They just raised 2.3 billion, 25+ billion valuation, 1 billion a year revenue run rate growing at 50% plus, right? Like, and that's just one example. And there's going to be a dozen more opportunities this year that haven't even been, created yet. So if you really want career upside the next couple of years, you should be using AI every day, trying to code with it, learning how you can improve your life, and then looking for new companies out there that are building in that space. It's gonna be lit, dude.
Yeah. No,
I was playing around with AI on Thursday or Friday night, and it was the first time I've like really dove into like doing coding in probably like 30 days, like done serious like any kind of serious coding, like maintaining anything. And I opened up Cursor, I updated, I got Claude Code up and running for the first time, and I built a fully functional crypto enabled MUD project, like a role-playing fantasy game in like,
oh, that's awesome,
30 minutes. When before, like it's just so much better at code completion now and testing and managing the code base.
Yes.
It's accelerating at an accelerating pace. Like this
100%.
level of difference I noticed was probably like previously 6 months, and this time it was 30 days. So I think there's going to be big second order effects from the
100%.
gains from coding. And I think that, that's the biggest piece of advice is like pick up AI coding. It's not as daunting as it may seem. If you're somebody who can reason and use like rationality and like kind of ask the right questions, it really is a game changer for what you can unlock. So I would highly recommend anybody listening to try that out. Diverging a little bit here. I'm having some issues with Zora today, so I can't do this live on the show. But we have a comment from my Nimbus on Zora saying, if someone stole $500, LOL, I would be pissed. Damn, I'm poor. Basically talking about the Coinbase account hack. I went to go buy your token. I'm having some issues with the UI crashing, but I'm going to buy some of your token as soon as we get this resolved. I'm on with their team right now fixing the issue. But love the commenters on Zora. Keep them coming. We're really excited. We've been getting a lot of people watching live on Zora, which has gotten us very exciting. We're going to have more creator launches. We're going to have one this week. We're going to have another creator launch this week. So check that out on Zora. We have a lot of people in here listening. We got Zoo Crypto 333 CPG. We got Lab OTADOPI. New faces too, which I like. So hopefully you enjoy the show. Let us know what you think. We'll always be looking at the comments on Zora as well. All right, moving on to another topic.
So right.
Yeah, go
real
ahead.
quick, I want to paint a future for you 2 years from now. You have you bought one of these robots.
Yep.
Just to like help around the house, right?
Mhm.
One day you drop your kids off at school, and you come back, and the fucking robot's like in your office, like looking through your shit, looking for your seed phrase, right? Because it's actually controlled by a guy in a third world country, right? And they're trying to fucking fight your seed phrase. What are you doing to that robot?
He's looking for my seed phrase actively.
Yeah.
Just
Like
power-
you're like, why are you in my office right now? He's like opening one of those drawers behind you.
power him down, file a lawsuit.
I'd beat the shit out of him, dude. Like I'm taking like baseball bat, dude. Like I'm fucking.
No,
I'd be like, nice try. It's not even in the office, but I know what you were doing.
I like that scenario, but I would try to like maximize whatever return I can get from the lawsuit. So I wouldn't want to hit him with a baseball bat.
You want it to fall on top of you. You like pull him.
Yeah.
Up, like, ah! My back.
Yeah, there it is. But what I do want is I want that robot me to like just tell him what to code on the AI software.
He's
sitting with that.
You're just fucking eating Cheetos, watching NFL Sunday, dude.
Yeah, I need you to fill in for the show today.
Yeah,
just jump in, have a seat. Just watch the previous 560 episodes of Daily Bone. Just give us an average of it.
Shit. Good time.
Yeah, we are approaching some wild stuff in both robotics and AI right now. So yeah, that is a frontier I'm interested in.
Just pray to God, because like, you know, if he's not happy with what we're doing, then next flood's coming, full reset. So, you know, keep those prayers up, people. Yeah,
I've always been a more pragmatic person. I was raised Catholic, but not necessarily practicing. I just follow too much science to have faith out battle my rational brain.
Just your IQ is not high enough. If your IQ was like 160, you'd believe in God because you'd be able to go that deep. You're just mid curving it.
Yeah. I think that's the case. But I do think
here's the thing, dude.
like,
when you die, your brain shoots DMT into your brain. Explain the evolutionary purpose behind that. Something put into your brain that pops out when you fucking die. What's the use of that? Is there anything else in your body that's like, this doesn't activate until you're fucking dead and you no longer need it, right? Yeah. I don't know, man. Why would they put a DMT shootout in your brain? Maybe it's because that helps your spirit transcend into the afterlife.
Well, no, I'm not against afterlife. I'm just against like the scripture as written and religions as practiced, because
that's fine. That's totally fine, dude. Jesus never said you got to go to church on Sunday, you're going to hell. Yeah. Jesus said love your neighbor, right? Do good on the earth, essentially. Love people. He was all just about love. So if you're going around loving, like that hug that you gave me when we met, that was love, bro. Yeah. And then the THC drink. That was love, man.
Hallelujah, holla back, dude.
I think, and I think that like
that was good. It really fucking hit us on the back nine, and then we talked about papering a trade we were both in together, and then our match play went downhill there because we're just like peak high, and we're both like, we just shook ourselves. We're like, man, we would be way richer. All right, let me hit this shot. Shank!
Yeah, we started out really strong. You're probably like, God damn, Ray can actually golf.
That was
He
a
was
blast.
like par putts, birdie putts, and yeah.
But that's my problem with weed is like it's good for a little bit for me in golf, and then it's not.
Oh man, we are off the rails today. We are all over the place.
Bottoms in. You know, you can not financial advice. Long looks good here. Talked about robotics. Talked about Nvidia earnings call. Talked about a little Monad sale. If you want to get in on that, load up some money on Coinbase.
Aster.
Yeah,
I mean, we got. I'm gonna go through quick hitters just because I have.
Oh yeah, real quick. Pull up the prices of ZEREBRO.
You shorted this, right? Let's pull it up.
I shorted at 0.49. Oh, it pumped a little this morning. I shorted at 0.49, and they stopped me out at 0.54. Something.
Right here, right? This wick is the one that got you.
Yeah, no, it wasn't even that one. It was the next one. That one.
Oh man,
The
so
little motherfucking piece of shit fucking fuckers got me there.
Yeah, way down. Great call. That's why you don't set stop losses when you're trading.
Here's the thing: if you don't set stop losses on the short side, you can blow up your entire account on a scam wick. You have to.
Exactly. Or you're holding a pump long from the Bitcoin top. But
no, that's the thing. You can do it on longs because if you have enough margin, even if the coin goes to zero, you're still safely long. On the short side, your losses are infinite potentially. So you have to do isolated margin.
Yep, 100%. All right. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today's show.
Great fucking Monday, dude.
Yeah, it was. Quick hitters here. You can get these at dailybone.com. Sign up for our newsletter. You get this to your inbox every weekday and an
baby!
Crypto fear and index sitting at
Uniswap up 8%, $8. Let's go.
Uniswap introduced continuous clearing auctions over the weekend. Adam Back downplayed the risk to quantum computing, the risk to Bitcoin. Japan lowered their tax on crypto gains from 55% to 20%. Aster delay token unlocks. Tether is investing $1.15 billion in a robotics startup. A whale took a $6.2 million loss trading Cardano due to slippage. The Yala stablecoin depegged. Nvidia Perps trading is now live on Hyperliquid. Harvard's endowment fund increased their Bitcoin holdings to 442 million, and the DAT companies on aggregate fell below a 1 MNAV. All that and more every weekday. dailybones.com to.
And by the way, I have a quick tax strategy for the United States for crypto.
Hit it.
Because one of the challenging things in the United States, we have one of the highest taxes for crypto. Someone living in Dubai, they got a 30% compounding edge against you. So not paying the cap gains, right? Here's my thing. It's a little counterintuitive, right? Taxes are the same as is, except if you withdraw money to fiat, it gets taxed at half the rate. So basically, if you pull money out of the system, you get a very low tax rate, right? So you're disincentivizing people from just keeping it on chain and anonymous. You're like, yo, you want to pull that out? You want to buy a house? You want to buy a car? I'll give you a juicy low tax rate. Bring that back in the system a little bit. Okay. So what do you think about that? I'm still worried. It just came to me immediately. So there could be some flaws in it.
So you incentivize people to pull money out of crypto.
Yeah. So Ray, if you were sitting there, you made $1 million, right? All short-term gains.
Yep.
You're going to owe 320 grand, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you pull 500K of that out, on that 500K, you're only going to owe 10%. You're only have 50 grand. So you're incentivized to pull some of those gains out, go do some stuff in the economy with it.
Nice. So in theory, you're saying we want to take money out of crypto, and that's good for crypto.
I see. Once again, that's a big flaw right there. That's good. That's good that you're pointing that out. If you didn't sell the crypto, then you wouldn't know anything, right? So maybe you should stop fucking taking profits and just be a Bitcoin maxi. Okay.
Yeah. There we go. See, that makes sense. People who do sell are penalized less, so it incentivizes you to put money into crypto, knowing that you're going to get a good rate of return on your return down the road. There we go.
It's like an inverse Roth IRA.
Perfect. Love it. Love it.
What would prevent you putting it back in? Nothing, DL8. Nice loophole.
Yeah, great.
Here we go. Back in.
And our plan has been completely destroyed. That's December 30th. Everything just goes to zero because everyone pulls out, puts it back, and then rushes to deploy again on January 1st.
That's why we need AI agents, man. It's a busy day.
Hey, robot.
Yeah, exactly. You're waking up early, man.
Thank you all for listening. It's been a wonderful show on a Monday. Big shout out to Kix and Manny for hopping on today, helping me out. We do this podcast Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. You can catch us on all major podcasting platforms, Spotify, Apple. You can watch us on YouTube. Watch us on Zora. See